The day of my loss was, yeah, that was probably like the most stressful day I've had in like maybe my whole life. It happened at 3:30 in the morning. Like I was on a call for work, and I was in my home office, and water just started pouring through my pot lights from my master shower. So I was so stressed from like not just the loss and the disaster, but like I was literally in a meeting on camera with 30 people, talking to folks overseas. That's why I was in the middle of the night, and there was nobody available for help because it was 3:30 in the morning. So I just like I shut my main water off, put down a bunch of towels, I shut off the electrical breaker, and then yeah, I was like I didn't sleep for like a few days after that because it was just so traumatic. Honestly, like it was like such a huge relief off my shoulders because like I was just saying, I mean, before Allied got involved, I was scared. Like I was basically having to navigate something I don't know anything about construction. So like I had no idea what the problem was. I was being told so many different things. Um, it was once you guys stepped in and identified not only identified the problem but like came up with a plan, worked with the insurance company, and then very quickly got to work. It it was like I mean, I basically went from like not sleeping to feeling like things were going to be okay. And like every project manager or person that I interacted with at Allied, like from the office all the way through to like superintendent, project manager, um, like whoever it was, they were all like equally caring, competent. Like one thing I really noticed about the company is like the you're very empathetic, and I think it's probably because you guys are used to seeing people go through like this type of trauma, whether it's fire, flood. Like this is the second major home disaster I had when I was 15. I had a house fire, my house burned to the ground, and so I'm not a stranger to home disasters, and like this was my first flood in a brand new home. Like it was terrifying, and it affected my work, displaced me, and you guys were like my lifeline throughout the whole like. This happened in April, May, June, July, like 4 month process. You guys were the only people I could rely on for anything. Um, have to be honest. I didn't deal a lot with the insurance company. I mean, most of that work was actually done by Allied. So I spoke to him really just to get updates, kind of maybe once every 2 weeks. When there was one point where I didn't really feel like things were progressing, and I was able to get a hold of him, but Noel really did most of the dealing with Nationwide, and he apparently like he was able to get the line items covered. We had no real disputes or problems. So and Nationwide was pretty quick to issue payments. So I mean, all in all, it was actually surprisingly easy, um, as a client because you guys just you dealt with them on my behalf. Like a 12. I mean, honestly, like the work was exceptional. Like the communication was really good. The work was exceptional. The people are great. They're super nice and caring. You guys even did stuff for me that wasn't part of this. Like I had a leaking air conditioner and you sent someone out for free to come and do the moisture check, like just because you knew what I was going through. Like you've helped me with other stuff like around the house that's not even related. You coordinated with another contractor, to have access to use the deck. You let them use like the portable toilets and stuff. Like you really made it easy for two projects to go on at once. Like these are things that are, to my mind, like above and beyond. A lot of companies might say like, no, you can't have another crew in here because like they're going to get in the way, or like if there's damage, then we don't know if it's them or if it's us. Like there was just total facilitation of whatever needed to get done, and then like really intuitive solutions too, right? Like construction solutions to like slope the bathroom properly, put the barrier in, the design, the materials that were provided for design were outstanding. And then to put like the access panel in the office for any future needs, um, like is amazing. And like you guys were available on weekends and evenings. You watered my plants, like you made sure the doors were like taken care of. Like I came back from like I was away for a month, over a month, and I came back expecting the place to be a mess, and it was like no one was even here. I mean, they were working on the deck, but that wasn't even you guys. Like the allied work was like was I was shocked. Yeah, absolutely, without any hesitation, I would. I don't know. I think I would. It's easy to say like, oh, remain calm and just believe that everything is going to be okay. But when you're going through it, like you, at least I genuinely didn't believe that. There were so many nights, and like you can ask. I mean, I was staying with my fiance, and like I I would stay up all night. She'd be like, "Why?" I was like, "I didn't sleep the whole night." She's like, "Why?" And I'm just like, "The house." Like I was literally dreaming about water pouring through the ceiling. I was dreaming about like the house collapsing. Like I really think I have like some amount of like PTSD from this situation, and so for me to tell somebody else to remain calm, I'd be ignoring like the way that I acted. So I would just say, try to remind yourself that there are people out there that know how to fix these problems, and there are good people in the construction and the restoration industry. And allied for me was like the one thing that calmed my stress and anxiety. And so my advice would just be to trust those people. That's the other thing. Like my advice would be trust allied, because they really know what they're doing. Like there were so many situations that like I get a call from you and you'd be like, tell me something about like the way things were done previously in the bathroom, like what needed to be done to fix it. And I never once thought that you guys didn't know like what you were doing. I never once thought to question your judgment of how something should be built. It's very clear to me that you guys are experts. And so if somebody else is out there and they're going through a disaster, I would say like, A, don't hesitate to use Allied and just put your trust in them, because they will take care of your house and the end result will be unbelievable.